Hello friends, welcome back. How many of you have heard that there might be food shortages coming? I do feel like it's an important thing for us to have at least a month or more supply of some type of food just in case of an emergency. You want something quick and easy to fix a meal with. If I have forgotten anything or you think of something else that should be added to this list, leave it in the comments below. These are things that you can just add water to and produce a meal from. So you don't have to have all kinds of different ingredients, just water. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the most obvious is the soup in a jar. I've shown you how to make these. All you do is add water and let it heat up, and it's an instant meal that's filling, it's warm, it's comforting. So let's say you don't have the ingredients to put together your own soup in a jar. You don't have anything dehydrated. Maybe you don't have the means to do that or don't know how to do that. So there are actually soup in a bags at the grocery store, and here are just a couple that I've got on hand. I've tried both of these and they are both really good, and it makes 8 servings, and it says it makes a half a gallon. So usually when I use these, I add stuff to it, like for instance the cheddar broccoli, I'll add fresh broccoli to it, but you don't have to. All you have to do is add water and you're good to go. Beans and rice. Most people, it's not their favorite. It does take a while to cook, and you can cook it without soaking the beans first. I think that trips a lot of people up. They feel like they have to soak the beans. How exactly do you do that? And what's the whole process? You do want to cook them for probably 4 or 5 hours. And you could add some type of broth to it, a bouillon. This is the little beef cubes. And I think each cube makes 1 cup of broth. So that's handy. I personally really like the Mazola chicken broth, and I buy this at Walmart or Winco. You can find it in Mexican food stores also. It's just a really big container of chicken broth, and it's in the granule form, and 1 teaspoon makes 1 cup. And it's really easy to use. I use this for all kinds of different things besides just flavoring beans and rice. But if you don't have a whole lot of ingredients to throw in with the beans and rice, just a couple of bouillon cubes or a couple teaspoons. And I will say it's salty, so you don't even have to add salt. Usually when I use this, I don't have to add salt to whatever I'm making. Along those same lines, with the bouillon and water, you could make quinoa, which is similar to rice, or split peas or black-eyed peas, any sort of bean that you prefer, bean or lentil that you prefer, would be so easy. Water with just a little bit of the bouillon, you're good to go. So another meal that you could produce with just water and a bouillon is pasta. So I'm just showing you this. It doesn't have to be this kind of pasta, of course. It can be any kind of pasta you want. I just like this kind. And this is a brown rice stir-fry noodle, but it just happened to be what I had on hand. But just adding a little bit of bouillon to hot water with some pasta would actually create a meal that would fill you up and be warm and satisfying. So another thing, all you have to do is add water. It might not taste great, but it would definitely fill you up, is oatmeal. So it could be the quick version or the old-fashioned version. It doesn't matter. You could add a powdered milk in with the water just to give it a little bit of creaminess. Most people have sugar of some sort on hand, just in general. It's not like something in your refrigerator that you're going to run out of quickly. Most people have a sugar in their home. You don't have to have a sugar or any sort of flavoring though. So yeah, a powdered milk. It doesn't matter what kind. This comes in a box like this. And I get this at Walmart, and I think it's $10 for the box, and it makes 10 quarts of milk. So this makes 1 quart, which would be just enough to have cereal, but you know, whatever cereal you want. The cereal, you add water to the milk, and you have a breakfast food. Or, you know, some people like to have cereal for dinner. So speaking of breakfast foods, a powdered pancake mix. Doesn't matter what brand, it doesn't matter, you know, where you buy it. All you do is add water, and honestly, a bag this size, this is 7 pounds, this would make a lot of pancakes. So you could really feed a lot of people with just a pancake mix by just adding water. So another food that all you have to do is add water, instant mashed potatoes. So you could also have the packets of gravy. All you do is add water to those. I actually don't have any on hand here to show you, but they're just the little packets of gravy that you just add water to if you really felt like it needed some sort of flavor added. And again, if you had the powdered milk, these are all things you just add water to, and you can flavor it. You could add creaminess to it. Same thing with malto meal or cream of wheat. It is warm and satisfying. It will fill you up, and it can feed a lot of people. An instant box of mac and cheese is a good thing to have on hand. All you got to do is add water. You could add the powdered milk to it if you wanted for, you know, that creaminess, because it does say on the package to add butter and milk, but you don't really have to. Just because that's suggested on there, it just gives it more flavor. But honestly, the little cheese packet that comes in here, all you got to do is add water to it, and it would make mac and cheese. Maybe it wouldn't be the creamiest, you know. If you added the powdered milk, it would add some creaminess to it. But if in a pinch, all you had to do was add water, you could have mac and cheese. Lastly, we have masika. If I'm pronouncing it right, some people pronounce it maseka, some say masika. This is a tortilla mix. All you do is add water. You could make empanadas, or there's just all kinds of Mexican type breads to make with this. So let's say you went ahead and made some beans and rice. You could make tortillas by just adding water and have burritos. Bean and rice burritos, or empanadas, or, you know, maybe you have some sort of canned meat in your pantry already. You could add that and make empanadas with that. But it's definitely nice to have a simple, quick bread of some type to eat. You know, even if this is the only thing you have in your cupboard, it's nice to have a quick, just to add water type of bread. So yeah, so I hope this has given you some ideas and inspired you to go look in your pantry and see maybe what you have that all you had to do is add water to. So, and like I said before, if I've missed anything, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your suggestions. And yeah, I hope you are having a great day, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye for now.